Yeah, I heard that, so we'll talk about
Okay.
that tonight too. So it's 6:00 on August 7th, and that will be at the maintenance building. Okay.
Oh, yeah, is it
Yeah, 19.
night to night?
Yeah, so Wednesday, August 7th.
And that's at the,
Do we know the time?
6
Six.
o'clock
Six?
at the, city maintenance building by the fire hall.
Yep.
And I'll get a message out to the legacy committee, with that information. And Don Ganchi couldn't be here in person, but, she'll be available by phone, so I told her I will call her at 5:00. Fidel said I'll come late if possible. It is the Sportsman's Club community picnic. That's
It's tomorrow.
Is your meeting now? Not tomorrow?
she had kind of a busy weekend, so.
Yeah, she did.
She could have gotten her dates wrong.
I'll just tell her we're meeting now. Okay, so.
Arliss? Oh, that's for accommodation.
Yeah, but we're meeting
Yeah.
jointly at 5, and Arliss was going to try to come, but she said Jerry had shoulder surgery, so
Training.
now he has 2 legs and 1 arm that doesn't leave it.
Who else is?
Yeah, Bonnie. Bonnie's probably working at house too.
She helped me with the sticks at PBS.
Oh, okay.
I think and she knows about the meeting.
Yeah,
so
because I
she'll
just
be
saw
here.
her the other day and reminded her of the meeting, and it sounded like she'd be here, so. In a couple more minutes. So that's all happening tomorrow night with the Sportsman's Club.
Just so we're gonna have food and bouncy houses and
Okay.
the police and the ambulance.
Will it all
Fire
be,
department.
will the street
Right in
be?
front of the shed, I think, right
Okay.
in the.
Will the street be closed off?
I have no idea.
Okay.
I'm not in charge of.
Okay.
And what time does that start?
6.
6, okay.
I think the bouncy house is probably open at 5:30 or something like that.
Okay,
I think food will start at 6.
okay.
No.
Great.
I know somebody that might want to.
Oh. Is he going to find out about it?
Yeah.
He's at Kara's place, probably.
Oh, you'll know.
Yeah, he will want to be there.
Last year, I think at Trails to Treatment, at Saturday night when he and one of the little Stockton girls were in their wagon, Lana, you see these two little heads bobbing along?
Mine is just give them money for that.
I know.
Christy.
Yeah, yeah.
Castle.
They're so cute.
Yep.
Hello.
Hello.
You're the pastor here, right?
Late here, just
Yeah.
One spot here, there's a couple more agendas.
All right.
Nobody's here.
Oh,
I don't. looks for
Just
them.
hit tomorrow.
Oh, sure, not a problem. I didn't know which one you were talking about.
Yeah.
Oh,
There's
we have
the other
another.
thing, 'cause I have, well, the reason why I said that, because the ambulance called me today and wanted to know what their incentive was, and I had to find that, so that's why, when you said the sportsman's club, I didn't know if you were talking about the incentive or that. Tomorrow night is going to be, we're going to do our membership drive for the sportsman's club, but we also then added, cause the ambulance and the fire department and it needs volunteers. We need more volunteers, we need more people. We only have a few for the ambulance, and for me, I mean, you know, I can't, it just takes a lot of manpower, so we're hoping that we can get more volunteers for both of the things, so that's why, but this was,
Yep, they've changed the meeting to.
Yeah.
okay, cause this was done about 6 months ago.
Right, right.
Well, anyone
That's all good.
who knows me knows that I like to get things done and planned, so.
Yep. We got it changed Wednesday.
Alright, sounds good, okay. Is there anything else that you need me to?
No, I was just gonna have you tell everybody.
Alright.
Someone asked if the street was gonna be blocked off, I said I didn't know.
I do not know.
Okay.
I don't know.
We both know the same?
Yeah, we
Okay.
don't know the same.
I'm just gonna call Don. Oh, she has her glasses. Hi, Jamie. Oh, we're in the home ec room. All right, are you in the building? Okay. Okay, come to the home ec room. All right. Jamie is in the building. Yeah, I was just calling Don. All of a sudden,
Makes me
Jamie.
feel good that I wasn't the only one that kind of wandered around here.
That's all the whole thing.
Oh.
Package.
Hi, Don. We're just getting our meeting started, so I will keep the phone close to me. Okay. Thank you. Yeah.
Use your dollars.
Well, thank you, I appreciate that.
Okay, at this time I'd like to call the meeting to order and welcome everyone to our joint meeting with the Little River Legacy Committee and the Little River Legacy Fund Committee. Normally we don't meet together, but we had a lot of, common topics to discuss tonight, so I thought we should just meet together. To begin with, Lori, would you provide an update on the weight room?
Well, right now, I'm still waiting to hear when they're gonna deliver it. Everything is done in the weight room, it's painted. We took out the mats, we washed the floors, we redid that. We taped them down so when you walk in, they're taped down. We are waiting for Luke to come in, he's going to provide me with the cost for our fan. And then also we have a mirror, but that will be on my second phase. But I'm waiting patiently for him. I did get a message from him this morning, but it does not give me a date. They said they're, so I don't have it. They said it was gonna be in August, so I'm assuming it will be in August.
Okay.
So, but yeah, everything looks good.
Okay.
It's amazing.
Thank
People
you.
can't wait.
Don, I just had a question for you with the paint for the weight room. Paint and glass interiors of Thief River Falls donated all the paint for the, weight room, and it was over $600 in paint that was donated. I was wondering, is there any way we can recognize them for that donation?
There is a way that we can give them a letter to say yes, for any kind of contribution, for that amount. So if they have, or if you have in your possession something that states about what the value of the paint was.
Yes.
If you send that to me, we can, share with them a tax letter so that they can take advantage of any kind of contribution.
Okay, yes, because it was a very generous contribution, and
Yeah.
yeah, it would be really nice to recognize that donation. that's what we have for the weight group, so good job everyone getting it up to date. The next item is Skipper Palooza. You should all have an updated Skipper Palooza financial statement, and this is of August 1st. And I think the last time we talked about it, we were waiting for the $10,000 matching fund to come in, and it did come in. And then, somebody came and picked up the last of the silent auction items, so our silent auction and live auction items came out to $2,500. And let's see if anything else changed. I sold the last of the Skipper mugs.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, and then for concessions, we, didn't do so well on, Tom Skipper's calling now too. We didn't do so well in concessions at Skipper Palooza, but we sold concessions at 2 different summer rec events. And then whatever was left over, we donated to Vacation Bible School, so all of our concessions materials were sold or donated. So our total profit from Skipper Palooza was $32,635.65, so we have very generous skippers. Mark Peterson Memorial Rodeo, we have a meeting following this at 6 o'clock. And tonight we just finished sending out another round of letters to the sponsors, so we're hoping to get in more sponsors, but we'll talk about all of that at the rodeo meeting a little later. We had the special meeting on July 31st where all the surveys were open regarding the community input for the Legacy Center, and we had Sharon Bring and Gary Kiso, 2 Marshall County Commissioners, came and opened all the surveys and recorded all the results. So option 1 was to repair the building, there were 42 responses. Option 2 was to form a cooperative, there were 49 responses. Demolish the building, there were 32 responses, and close the building, there were 19 responses. And at that meeting, Deb Ness handed out an option 5, which would be for the repairs. And since, 42 respondents indicated an interest in repairing the building, Deb had put together some, estimates for what different levels of repair would be. So, Deb, do you wanna just
Well-
review some of those options?
Well, we have the shingled area that is our main problem, and then of course the flat roof that, has been leaking as well and does need to be replaced. I contacted Northwest Roofing, Phil Salempa came here. He, went up on the roof, and in the meantime, we had made a motion to patch what we could. So the patching has been done and it's been holding, but, Phil went up there, he looked at it and he said, I can give you what you need for 2 to 3 years, for $3,000. He donated a lot of his time and product because he does not want to see the building closed either. So he is on board to do that whenever we give him the go-ahead. To replace the pitch roofs, I did contact J.D. Nisley out of Clearbrook. He's a Amish contractor. He has done Lonnie Davidson's building. He's working on Jonathan Leaders. He's did Jason Erickson's Quonset. So he's got a lot of projects here, and he would fix what needs to be fixed on the shingled areas and put metal over it. And that total came to $34,215. So those are the 2 estimates we have for that.
Didn't you say that there has been some patching done or some temporary roof
Yes.
repair done now?
Yes.
So,
The,
two sentence explanation what was done and.
a group of volunteers went up on the roof with,
Okay.
Brianna's ex, Jesse, Jesse Helm, who works for Northwest
Okay,
Roofing, and they did some spot patching.
okay, good.
So that's, and as far as I know, from what I hear, it's been holding, there's been no water in.
Yeah, I know, a couple times when I've been in here, like on, when it was raining, kind of, walk just through the library, because that was the only room I could get in. And, I was pleasantly surprised to see that the floor was not wet, so I mean, I don't know about the other rooms, but they're all locked.
And Lori would know more about. she
Yeah,
checks everything.
we had, Argyle was up there, gonna give a quote, anyway, he came up there and he seen some holes, so he took his product and he kind of patched some holes up there, just
I
because.
don't know if they're holes, I think.
Well, they
the way I
were the
understood it
wrong,
was
yes,
around the
around the
vents.
vents.
Yeah,
Well,
sure,
they patched
sure,
them that
which need
day
to be
that,
done.
Yeah,
that him and Mark was up there.
should
He
be
was a
done.
young kid from Argyle, and I apologize, I do not know his name, but they're holding.
Yeah.
And what he did was holding, so I've been, after I cleaned all the carpets, except for, of course, the ones I can't get into, and then hopefully Deb can get I mean, it's getting to be a part where we need to get those clean. I don't care what anyone says, they gotta be clean, I don't care if you get rid of
Well,
this
right,
building or
right,
sell the building,
right,
they
right.
need to be clean. So
Right.
people need to get in there and clean them and check what damage is there. So, but it's been holding. I come in here morning and night, I empty out the dehumidifier, thank you, thank you, and, yeah. And if I can't, Mark does, so, and we have authorization for that, we got a text message from Teresa saying, to Deb saying that, Marty just couldn't get to them anymore, and so asked if we would do it, so we have been.
okay. Does anybody have access to the locked rooms?
No, I do not.
Okay, so we don't know what's going
No,
on inside
that's
those
what
locked rooms
Correct,
right now.
that's what I said, I need to get those, I mean, there's nothing in there, I don't know why they're locked.
Which
Well,
locker rooms
that-
do you need access to?
I need the,
The offices
Teresa's
are
office.
Teresa's is, she's
And
the
the,
only one
I
who
don't
has the
know
key,
about that.
she
Yeah.
only is the only one who has the key.
Yeah, and then, I don't have to go in your rooms, cause, I think Tara has been in those are already taken care of and they're good.
Yep.
Yeah.
The only place that we have humidifiers is in the hallway.
Right, correct, and that's what I emptied, but I mean, the rooms to make sure that they're not leaking in that.
No, they've been good.
They're good, yeah, so,
How much water are you emptying?
they're full in the morning, they're full at
Okay.
night,
Oh, yeah,
so.
okay,
but I
But
mean,
that has
yeah.
been
Yeah.
every year that we've been.
Right.
Yeah.
We've been doing
Right,
that for.
right, and then, we could use more, I mean, I put it in the weight room because we're painting and that's why I put one in there, I put mine in there to keep it going. So you just.
How many more do you think you could use?
This year, you probably every room could have one.
Because it's so humid.
Humid, yeah, but I mean, that's something, yeah. Our fan was gone, missing, our fan in the legacy room was missing, so I went and took I moved the one from the hall into there for a while, and then I took it out now and put it in the hall just to get circulation. So I'm not a pro at this, but.
We super appreciate you.
I think we should all thank
Absolutely,
Lori.
thank you.
Oh,
Yeah.
it's not
Thank you
big
very
deal.
much.
No, she
Absolutely.
is, she
Yeah.
got up here every
Every day.
single day emptying
Yes.
dehumidifiers,
That's-
cleaning
that's-
carpets.
it's-
And cleaning
No,
carpets was
it's-
interesting.
It's huge, it's
Yeah.
huge.
But for the rooms,
here at all right now,
No,
No,
it
that's
was
not-
nice this morning, yeah.
but for the rooms that are locked,
and I honestly don't smell anything.
I mean, I understand why they're locked,
Yeah.
cause it's, higher risk and that type of stuff. But, is there possibility that a person could go in there to
I will
inspect or put
sign my
together a
life
plan?
away saying I won't sue anybody if I get in there.
And
So
I don't
what
know,
does it
maybe
take?
Marty is popping in there and doing something, I don't know. We'd have to ask him, John, do you know?
What?
If Marty's going into Teresa's room and doing anything in
I
there?
don't know.
Okay.
Because if the roof is patched even temporarily, and if these temporary patches, I mean, it'd be good to look in those rooms, even to see if the temporary patch is working,
Right.
Yeah.
and if it's working, then you can kind of progress a little bit further and maybe
I'm
work
sure
on
Marty
some cleanup.
is checking on, to make sure if we have any big rainstorms, we'll come in here and check on the rooms to make sure they're,
Well, Teresa's was one of the worst ones, so
Yeah.
if he's, there was a dehumidifier and I don't know if they took that out or not, or if that still runs and he empties it or what.
There's one humidifier that was used at the fire hall the other night, and one fan. So that's probably where the fan went and the humidifier.
Okay.
Cause that building's always been humid in there, because you got, I don't know how many thousand gallons of water sitting around there.
Yeah, it's true. Fireball.
So can we ask Marty to
Sure.
provide an inspection on the, you know, some feedback?
I can ask him tomorrow morning.
Okay,
And would we be allowed to clean those rooms? Would we be-
Yeah,
Well,
the
he-
carpet could be cleaned.
even if he's not allowed, at least have the room accessible where volunteers could
Yeah.
do it.
Yeah,
Yeah,
just tell me when it's open, cause I'll go in there. No problem.
Cause Teresa doesn't have anything left in there, does she? Is it
Who?
Teresa's
Teresa.
totally
I don't think
cleaned it
so.
out. So, yeah,
I can check and see.
I don't
Have
know
any
for
extra
sure, but I
things
don't
in
think
there,
so.
too.
I think they moved everything over.
I
to
would,
the
I
floor.
would have thought they would have if there's
Yeah.
a risk for anything there.
So if we look at our finances, there's this sheet, it has this is one Jeff put together for our meeting on July 31st. Yeah, July 31st, so, since then, we did pay the $900 to the painter.
Yeah.
So that invoice was submitted, so what I looked at today, they've already deducted the $900 from our expendable amount.
So if you look on this, I don't know if everybody's had a chance to look at this or not, the middle column has the legacy center expenses, so these are what are coded, that Teresa codes to the legacy city fund. And so for Otter Tail, $29,383.57. That was for January, February, March, April, and May. So those were bills paid by the legacy city fund and then reimbursed by, with the foundation fund.
Yep.
Dakota Paper, and then Teresa reimbursement for $64. She gets some supplies for the legacy on Amazon, and then so she pays for that and we reimburse her. Northwest Electric, $345.01. I'm
You
sure
know
it was
what that
for,
was for?
I don't have the packet with me, I guess I
Okay.
couldn't tell you exactly. It
All
would have been something for wiring, I would imagine, fixing something. The fire extinguishers have to be checked every year, that's $1,058.95. TR Lock and Key was $410. I'm not sure what that was for, maybe when, Tracy got the other room, maybe that was when that was done. The League of Cities Insurance is $9,831.76. The, Middle River, City Legacy Fund has paid for that, they would like reimbursement from the foundation for that. It had been talked about at some meeting that if the income was there, that you guys had said you would probably pay it, that's just what I was told.
How is the city, cause we're not really operating much with the B&B, it's been really quiet, since the Palooza. And I don't know what there's the church yet, I don't know what else there is for renters,
The
but,
four businesses are still in here.
okay. So that's the only
Probably,
income that's coming
and
in
the
right
gym
now.
membership,
Okay,
and the gym memberships would be the only income, or donations that are given directly to the city.
right. Are you up and running, Sandy? I mean, I'm hosting people that I have that booked, had already booked spaces by the beginning of the summer or June when all this stuff happened. But in June I closed my book, so I'm not accepting any new. So a lot of our people that come in will do just like you know what, we should do this next weekend, and they'll go on Airbnb and they'll take a trip for the weekend, come up, visit family, whatever. Some people plan 6 months in advance, or those are the ones that we've got. So we're booked up for Goose Fest, we're booked up for hunting. Other than that, like this, and we were booked up for Skipper Palooza, but this has been really slow. It's only been, you know, we had a group, we had some people that were here for the wedding this weekend. so-and-so's called and wanted, asking if we do like long-term, looking for a long-term space, which is really nice because that is
900.
steady income. I've just said we're gonna have to wait until we know more about what's happening at the building and just keep checking back.
So we're turning down opportunities that you've had calls on.
Yeah, but I'm gonna be done hosting after, this, but everything is set up for someone else to take over there.
You say after this, like after the first of the year?
After I've finished hosting my last booked guest, which is
You're not
November.
done.
Yeah, so then I'll be done, but I will leave everything here if someone else is taking over the Airbnb, and I'll train anybody that wants to do it, I'll make sure they know how to do it.
So, boiler inspection is $20, Wickstrom total was $1,007 for the all the equipment and everything, the phone service here. Co-op oil, $820.10. We do have a fuel oil backup for our electric boiler system, so I imagine they did a prepay or something. And so that's why that's on there. Spruce Valley, $1,200, that's our garbage. Young's, $342.11. L&M Fleet, $470. Max Pro, which is the boxes you see on the outside the building for spiders and whatever rodents. Pickleball, $548.78. That was purchased for the gym. I don't think it's been up and running yet. Policy was that they weren't sure how to do that because they didn't want the equipment walking away or being abused, so supervised. Or we can do the,
Cause we,
Okay.
Again, the sportsman's donated $250.
Yeah.
okay.
So I don't know if that's in there in
Okay,
donations. or-
I guess that wouldn't be here, this would be what she purchased for material, for supplies, that would be the equipment.
Right.
So this is what she's coded to the city for bills, so that one would be here, the donation could be under the donation
Yeah,
part here.
That's what I was just.
Oh,
yeah,
okay,
that's from word.
because the donation went directly to the
To
city.
the city,
Okay,
How much for it?
250.
okay.
Weight room rug was $138.55, air filter purifier, my dollar sign and my 3 got mixed around, sorry, it's $386.51. A drill bit, I'm not sure what that was used for, but a drill bit was coded to the Legacy Center for $39.21. And hardware hay was $166.65. And then they purchased a bike rack for $38.46, but you'll see in the left fund that they returned it, so it's a wash.
Okay.
Skid steer pads for $21.35. I'm not sure what that is. John, do you know what the skid steer pads would be for the Legacy
The only
Center?
thing that I would know is that front door of the skid steer got damaged again.
During Legacy business or when?
I don't know.
Okay. Cause that's coded to the Legacy building. And then the bottom is what we are now doing. We are paying a percentage for Teresa and Marty's wages and their para and health insurance and withholdings. Cell phone is $120, and then of course the Nordic inspection for $4,650. So this was all coded to the Legacy Center, which goes to the Legacy City Fund first, and then Foundation pays for the Otter Tail, and now they're wanting the insurance as well. So on the left, you see all the income that we've had, and this is through June 31st. So this is current as of June 31st. We've had July come through here, so I don't know what it looks like right now. So you've got your Millview properties up there and how much was taken in each month. And then the gym memberships are $3,624. City business rental was $13,302 with a freezer rental of $480. So like I said, city business rentals, we still have that coming in. This is of June 31st, so that's what, 6 months? So we have another $13,302 that would be coming in for the rest of the year. Donations, $686, which has probably got that Sportsman's one in there. The wash of the bike rack, and then the Northwest West Minnesota Foundation Otter Tail reimbursement for 2023, which was $46,625 that didn't get credited to 2023 because it came in 2 weeks after into 2024. So at the bottom you have your total income and expenses as of June 31st. And then of course, the foundation did reimburse the city for the first and second quarter of this year. So the check of $20,185.35 and the second quarter check of $9,188.22 were deposited in the Middle River City Legacy Fund. Then they pulled that out of that fund and put it into the general. So that is why when you look at that on the survey where it had said 94,000 is what had been drawn from the legacy general, or from the general fund to the legacy center, that decreased now to 64,000 because of that transfer.
Since 2018.
Yes, for 7 years, yes.
Yes.
And
So-
then of course on the other side, that's your area.
Yeah, so the, July 31st, our beginning balance was $77,996.94. Our special projects is showing a negative because we paid the light bill, and so part of it came out of our special projects funds for Adopt a Light, the rest came out of our general spendable. We also paid $900 for the weight room paint. Our income from Skipper Palooza, at that time it was $30,000, and our most recent one, it's showing 32,000 something for our Skipper Palooza income. With the weight room, what we paid for, Northwest Electric, we had $20,500 for, weight room grant dollars, and we paid Northwest Electric $1,591.74, and Blair One for painting the weight room $900, so we have, $18,008.26 in our weight room balance. But with the equipment that's been ordered, that's gonna
Yeah,
take
it's
care
about
of it.
16,000, I
17,
Yeah.
I think it was 17.
think. Was it closer to 17?
Yeah, so that'll pretty much take care of the balance for the
Well,
weight
then
room.
but I haven't had a donation that's coming in, but
Oh,
we
well,
have to.
well, don't count your chickens.
Okay,
before
right.
I'm
And
not
then
giving
we
up.
paid, so far this year, we paid the two, first quarter and second quarter Otter Tail Power invoices, and if the Otter Tail Power invoices stay on track for what they were in 2023, we should, probably be owing another 16,000 or so for the remainder of this year, so we're hoping that 16,000. Yeah,
Okay.
because last year we paid 46,000 for the
Yep.
whole year.
Yep.
This year we paid over almost 30,000, so
Yeah.
if it holds, we might just hold another 16,000 for the rest of the year. As the summer months were a lot less, but now with all the fans and dehumidifiers going, we might see an
Right.
increase for
Right.
these summer
Right.
months, but anyway, I think we've paid the biggest chunk already.
Well, we haven't had air conditioners running.
No, we
Yeah,
haven't had
yes,
air
yes.
conditioners running, that's very true. So based on our current, income and expenses, we have a total spendable of $42,450.76. And we do like to keep 10,000 in our fund balance, but now we're getting in our rodeo sponsorships too, and they have not been deposited yet.
Okay.
And one of the things I was thinking about with our past fundraising, when we had, the playground fundraiser, we sent out letters to every zip code in Middle River, New Folden, Gatsby, Holt, Strathcona. We did, every door direct.
Yeah.
But and so that was very, successful, and then we did it for Adopt a Light. But I'm thinking for this fundraiser, we had 300 people registered for Skipper Palooza, and those 300 people donated what came to $30,000. And not all of our, Skipperpalooza alumni donated money, but a lot of them did. And so I was thinking about a more targeted fundraiser to our Skipperpalooza, to our Skipper alumni. And, you know, with maybe a theme like, say, let's raise the roof and save the Legacy Center, and just, you know, fill them in on what's happened. And some of them said, well, why didn't you tell us it was in this much trouble during Skipperpalooza? And we did talk about the fact that we needed to repair the roof, but we didn't meet with the city until after Skipperpalooza, so we couldn't share everything at that meeting, but we definitely shared with everyone who was in attendance that we needed funding to repair the roof. So,
I think that was Sunday, wasn't it, during the
it was
church
Sunday
service?
during church,
So you
right?
probably missed a bunch of them.
Yeah, we could have, but I think throughout the event, we were talking about the need to raise money to save the building.
I think that's a good idea.
And I talked to Don a little about the fundraiser because the Northwest Minnesota Foundation's been extremely helpful for us for managing all of the donations that come in. And I know the communications director there is kind of swamped right now. But, Don, do you have any suggestions for us?
You know, I think, you know, like you did for the Adopt a Light, I think if we can set up a special giving link for people to be able to go out and access, I think that would be a really nice way that this fundraiser could be promoted. And so if you would decide to move forward with that, I know that I can, you know, I can speak to Bethany and see how quickly we could get that link up for you all, and get it ready to move forward. So I would say we just, you know, we need 2 to 3 weeks lead time if possible. And I would of course reach out to Deb and the committee for information that we can include on that page, but then that could be forwarded to those 300 people in particular that you're gonna be really looking at targeting for this fundraiser.
And one of the ideas I had was to have like a drawing or an image of the Legacy Center with a bright blue metal roof on it. So people could see, you know, what we're talking about with what the building would look like if we did replace that one section with a metal roof. And then we
Yeah.
would have to drop our Adopt a Light special project because we can only have one
That's
special.
what, that was my next question.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because Adopt a Light, we have people who donate every month, that's just an automatic, donation.
yearly.
Yeah, or yearly. So I don't know that we have to have that set up anymore as a special project, if we would replace that, but
Cause it's still
Raise-
going in there.
it's still
for
going
that.
in there, yeah.
Yeah, people are still making those contributions, and we could just be, you could know that that is gonna just go into your general spendable line item then, yeah.
Yeah, so it was just an idea, so I'm wondering what kind of feedback from the community.
Yeah, I think we should try to get everyone in our class, our classmates if we can, versus just who is at Skipperpalooza.
Make it as easy as
Yeah.
possible.
Yeah, yeah.
And maybe getting alumni, there's always a president or something for every class? You don't remember? How do they get a hold of people?
There was,
for-
yeah.
Yeah.
Alumni
We've
for
all
class
just
reunions.
taken, we've all just taken turns.
Yeah.
First time it was me, now the last time it was Sean, in our
And then-
class, so.
Deb Downey could put the poster on our Skipperpalooza Facebook page, because a lot of people
Yeah.
can access that too, so I think if we find multiple ways to notify people about the opportunity. And I know just, I think a week ago, somebody from a class sent $100 because she knew at the end of Skipperpalooza, their class had come up with $900. And she wanted to make sure that their class reached the $1,000 match, so I got this $100 check, and she said, just make sure that we've reached $1,000 with that. number of
Yeah.
classes that, you know, handed in $1,000 checks, that's Skipper Palooza, they kind of collected the money among them, and then one person would write out the check for them.
So would we send out postcards or something to them, Deb, or some type of mailing?
Yeah, with, Adopt a Light, we have the posters with the QR code on the poster, but we also sent out remittance envelopes so people could just send a check too. And I think it's important for people who aren't on Facebook to get something in the mail, a poster and a remittance envelope.
Well, a lot of these older
Yeah.
people don't use QR codes.
Right,
Yeah.
right.
They look at them
Yeah, and so I think having multiple ways that people can give and make it as easy as possible is the way to go.
Does KDL have a database or something with names and alumni?
I have, when,
You have?
after Skipper Palooza, I had to, fill out a donation form for every check that came in, so I have everyone's name and address.
But it's not I think we had one person here from our class, so it's not a comprehensive list of every class.
No, but it's a list of everyone who came, yes. And KDL has the original registration forms. I just got the check so that I could make a deposit for every group.
So the registration list would be bigger yet.
Well, everybody who registered
Was
paid
there.
for it, so I've got a
Oh, okay,
copy of
okay.
everybody who paid for their registration.
Okay.
Yeah, and then some people paid for cash, so then I had to send in a check, because they just paid for with cash, but we have everyone who was there, who got their contact
Do we
information.
have the list of the original first Skipper Palooza? Just asking.
No.
No, okay. Just asking.
Yeah, there probably is, but I don't have a comprehensive list, but I do have mailing labels for everybody who has donated to the legacy fund since we started.
Okay.
And so there'd be some duplicates there, but, I got the, Excel spreadsheet from the Northwest Minnesota Foundation, and I had mailing labels printed for anybody, person or business that has donated money, so that's another group we can, send information to.
Did Deb Alney, was she involved in the very first Skipper Palooza?
Yep.
Yes, yes.
But like Arliss, cause I'm just trying to think how, cause she kind of went on the website and tried to get people from each class.
Right,
So I wonder if those people from each class had contacted the rest of the class, or if they just contacted who they knew.
it really varied how classmates were contacted. Some made, text messages, some did personal mailings. For my class, I sent them a letter and a registration form. We got 6 people coming.
But you sent it to everybody in your whole class, so you
Yeah,
know everybody in your whole class.
everybody who I could locate, I sent them a letter and a registration form. But it did vary from class to class, how that was handled.
That class was not handled.
Okay.
Who's gonna tell you?
We
Yeah.
reached out to ours on Facebook.
Who was it, president? Probably Melissa.
Okay,
I just know one, yeah.
yeah.
So were we in charge
they
of the
don't.
graphics for the Save a Life or Adopt a Life, or is that something that foundation?
Jamie,
Jamie.
you worked with Adopt a Light, and then the foundation also worked with us to
Yeah.
get the appropriate link and the QR code for the poster, so it was kind of it was a joint effort to get that done. And then we have the little stickers with the QR code on it, the little light bulb stickers.
Still in the back of my car.
Okay.
Absolutely.
So we have a meeting on Wednesday evening with the city council, and for those of you who didn't hear, we changed it from tomorrow night till Wednesday night, since tomorrow night is the night to
Unite.
unite in Middle River, so we didn't wanna conflict with that, so we'll be on, Wednesday evening at 6 p.m. at the city maintenance building, which is right next to the fire hall. And so I think tonight we need to, you know, come up with some ideas about how we'd like to proceed, and if we want to do the roof repairs, and if we wanna do a fundraiser to do that.
I make a motion to put the metal on and
Or,
move forward.
okay, so Verna. The metal roof,
And I think it's important to know that, I mean, our surveys obviously showed us that,
Yeah.
you know, we wants to move forward, majority
Yes.
too, so.
the other one about form a cooperative, and I'm not sure that any of us really understood what forming a cooperative would involve.
And I guess, that's something we can discuss Wednesday night, because I'm not sure either. I know that from other council members, they have said that, you know, other groups can form it or whatever, and I believe they wanna talk to the legacy committee about it too, so I'm not sure what that all entails.
Yeah,
So I guess we
Did that come about because there was, someone had expressed interest, or was that just something that the council decided to throw out there?
When we met and the options were laid out, I had suggested, and I used the word co-op, which I just meant a group of people coming together, different clubs coming together to own it or to run it. That's what I meant, and that's the word that I used, and so that's why that word is there. But I've also heard from the other council members that is, you know, it's not what is stated on the survey, and it is just a survey, so it's, you know, it's up for discussion.
so we have a motion by Verna to replace the shingle roof with the metal roof.
Are you talking about Northwest too, with fixing the flat roof for 3,000?
Yep.
Okay, and there's,
I will second that. One thing that was asked me about is 34, would that be also help fixing the flat part of the roof too? I mean, do
No.
we-
No,
do we
that's
have-
for the metal.
Yeah, I understand, so, but you wanted to know.
I wanna know, I want a bid of what, when it comes time to do the flat roof, what that total will be.
Yeah, the bid for the flat.
I did talk to, Phil Salimpa when he
Yeah.
came,
That's right.
and I asked him, I said, is 450,000 really what it will cost? And he said, it's about that.
Okay.
So I don't know if you wanted to see the actual bids, that's from him and that's from,
Okay,
okay, so we're just looking at the bids done for fixing the whole flat roof, and that would be 450,000.
well, that was
Yeah,
just,
just an
what-
estimate.
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, any further discussion on the motion to,
Just to clarify, there is still some grant writing going on also though.
Yes,
Okay.
yes, there is.
Motions were made for him to proceed.
Okay.
so to, add the metal roof and fix the flat roof part, repair, yeah.
Yeah, for Northwest Roofing and Nisley Roofing to work together on what they quoted there,
Okay.
for what,
Any
37,000?
further discussion on the
maybe it's
motion?
also they will get it 34.
Well, just 3,000, right?
Yeah, 3,000,
Yeah.
sorry, 37.
All those in favor say aye.
Yeah, aye.
Opposed, same sign. Motion carried, and we can't just go ahead and do this, but we need to provide this information to the city council that
That you were
we're-
offering to
we're offering to do
cover the
that.
cost.
And then, we should have a motion about doing the fundraiser too.
Why make a motion to move forward with the fundraiser?
Okay. Maybe we should have it from one of our,
Yeah.
the second from one of our legacy fund members, and Deb is a
Oh.
legacy fund member.
Yeah,
Okay.
you are.
And Lori would be, Verna
Verna
would
would
be,
be.
John,
John,
Chef.
and then K-Del.
Yeah, and K-Del's not
And
here.
also Jerry,
Yeah, our list.
Our list.
Yeah. So we have a motion motion by Deb Ness to go ahead with the fundraiser.
I know, but I'm
No,
not on
she's
the
not on the
foundation.
foundation.
I'll second it.
Okay, second by Brenda. Any discussion?
I just keep thinking if there's a way to try to reach more alumni. You know, I don't know if there'd be someone willing from each class to,
Our class has a Facebook group.
we
know,
do
we could
too, but
post
we
in
don't
that.
have everyone on there.
Yeah, but I mean, that would be more than.
Yes.
I think it's something we'll have to get
But
together
you're
and work
saying
on.
Yeah.
Whereas one person from every class to form this co-op,
To form a group.
a group, like a co-op or whatever.
No,
Mhm.
just for the fundraiser, just for the
Oh,
fundraiser.
Just to get the
Fundraiser.
Just to
information out
communicate.
for the
The raise.
fundraiser.
Yeah.
Okay. So we'll work on a way to reach more of
I
our
think so,
alumni.
I mean,
Yeah.
I think we need to.
I think Goose Fest is another good
Yeah,
opportunity.
good, Goose
Yeah.
Fest would be a perfect
Yeah.
time to do the promotion too. And Don, that's coming up at the end of September.
And the rodeo.
And we have a
And
rodeo
the rodeo,
coming up,
yeah.
so we've got two big events in September where we could really
Yes.
promote
Yeah.
this, yes, yes.
I have a question for
Yeah.
Dawn.
Oh, Verna has a question.
We got an email that said the Northwest Legacy has a grant, or there's a grant book out from the state of Minnesota for $45. Does Dawn think that, I fear it's the year's half over.
She's talking about a grant book from the state of Minnesota.
this? Yeah,
for
come on
different
in.
available grants.
We're just finishing up the
And for
committee
us, it
meeting.
was $45.
And then it'll roll right into rodeo.
There is
Oh,
a,
Yes, Don?
there is a Minnesota Foundation directory that I could email to you. I believe I can share that, yeah. Is that what you were talking about? Sorry.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
think we got an email and it just said there was grants for 2024. A booklet was normally $90, we could buy it for 45 if you remember. And I was wanting to know what you knew of the book. My fear was the year's half over. Is there anything left in there to apply for?
Can you hear that okay, Don?
Yeah, I was just gonna say, yes, I don't know what that book was that an email from the Northwest Minnesota Foundation?
Yep.
Huh, I guess I haven't seen that, I
Okay,
apologize.
I should have copied that out and brought it probably. I was gonna ask Deb about it before the
Can
meeting.
you
I
forward the
forgot.
email to me, Verna?
Yeah.
Okay,
But yeah, if it's something we should have, I would
Right.
love to have that.
Yeah.
Mhm.
okay. So we have, the motion by Deb Ness to go ahead with the fundraiser, second by Verna. Discussion about reaching more alumni and really promoting it at Goose Festival and the rodeo in September. All those in favor, say aye. Opposed, same sign. Okay, motion carried. Okay, yeah, so the financial update was on that handout that Deb put together. Our next meeting is Wednesday, August 7th. This is a joint meeting with the city council at 6 p.m. in the city maintenance building. And I will share with them the minutes from our meeting tonight.
Did you wanna talk anything about what, that Christie that Tammy's gonna contact with,
Yeah,
or?
maybe, Tammy, would you mind talking a little about the board that you're on with Christie Robinson? I think you mentioned it at our other meeting, and I had talked to Christie too about some possible funding, depending on what we do with this building.
The Northwest Minnesota Multi-County HRA, serves this corner of the state, and primary goal is safe and affordable housing for our residents. But they have done, special projects, in this, they feel defines community with all of the things that the Legacy Building offers. And so, with the grant writing that's going on, they are looking into if there's possible money available that we could use for matching funds with that grant funding. So we'll continue to research and see what we can find. Cause we also work with John Wynn with the small cities grants for throughout the communities as they're awarded.
Would it be beneficial for Christie to attend a meeting with us?
I don't know exactly, what they have in mind yet, but
Okay.
I think, they are in contact with John Wynn regularly. And so
Okay.
if he knows of something, he also will contact them.
Okay, and Christie serves on the Northwest Minnesota Foundation Board too, so it's been really nice getting input from her and just doing some brainstorming about other places we can connect to see about ways to help with our funding to preserve the building.
Cause we have some nonprofit, like Sandy's Good Neighbor Project, that, what was that, a 303?
501c3. Okay, so, anything else for tonight? We have a rodeo meeting coming up at 6.
I have a question on this,
Yeah.
Legacy Financials here.
Yeah,
We're talked about the total revenue coming in 74,000 and expenses 56,000, and carryover balance of a negative 17,000. What is that carryover balance about?
The carryover balances from 2023, because the 46,000 for 2023's otter tail did not get put into 2023. 2023 was at a negative 17.
Okay,
it wouldn't have been if the 46,000 would have come in
In time.
2020.
2 weeks, it was 2 weeks later.
okay, okay.
And it was too late to transfer it because the audit had already been done, so we couldn't go back and put it into 2023. So we'll be
Okay.
forever haunted by that.
We will.
But now we're all caught up to June 30th,
Yeah, no,
2024.
we're all caught up.
Never let it happen again.
But we also know that if the audit, if they would have waited on the audit, or, they did okay the audit, is that it? You guys could have waited till you guys received that check, and we would have been able to.
We just didn't know anything.
Right, right.
I sat down and talked with them, and that's how I found out.
Yeah.
Right.
When is the audit date on?
March.
So,
Yeah.
So there was
Well,
time
Don,
to
I
fix
think
it
that's
too.
all we have for now. Thank you for joining us tonight. Okay.
You're welcome, and we'll be in touch next week.
Okay, thanks so much. Now we're ready to move on to the rodeo.
Thank you, Don.
Thank you.
I have one quick question. So, got an email from the city of Middle River in regards to email communication, I'm guessing it's a FOIA request or whatever. Has anybody seen the actual email that was made?
For,
The data.
Yeah, because they never
I
gave a
haven't seen
copy
that.
of the request.
well, Teresa sent me an email today wanting to know all of the legacy committee members and the, your email, our email addresses, so I sent that. And then I said, as far as the contacting Polk County Public Health, I told her when I had contacted, that I placed a call on July 12th to Marshall County Public Health, just asking for information on mold issues, and I left a message that day on Monday. I was contacted by Polk County Public Health, and I was told to contacted by Quinn County. They told me to contact Polk County Public Health because they had the environmental health specialist in that office and they had a grant. So then I contacted Polk County Public Health and talked to this Jill, and then she said that she could come here directly and visit the Legacy Center. So I didn't have a paper trail, I just had my phone calls and the confirmation that she would be here at 2:15 on July 17th, and Deb and Sandy Melby and I met with her and went through the building, and she followed up with the letter. So that's the
So
only.
is the request being made just for the information in regards to the mold, or are we supposed to go back to the beginning of time, like I didn't see the request? You know, I didn't, there's no detail.
Yeah, I didn't, so I just
I
sent.
mean, if I'm legally responsible to do something, I should be able to see the request.
Yeah, so I thought, well, every email I send out, Teresa's copied on it, and all of your email addresses are on those emails, so I thought, well, I'm not sharing anything that isn't sent out with every correspondence I
Yeah.
send.
Well, I would think you could request a copy of the.
I replied and asked for it,
Did you
Okay.
ask for it?
it's not very clear, like what it is that we're expected of us, other than a.
I never got an email.
It's
So what are
from,
they-
it's from Brianna. Here.
The
It's
city-
from the Humper,
But the city of Middle River sent an email today.
yeah.
Yeah,
And I don't have it with me, so I can't see it. I know Brianna sent it to me also.
yeah, it said, data
Um,
request, I
yeah.
received a data request from Brianna Hunker. She's asking for all communications regarding the city legacy foundation and mold inspection and Nordic inspection. That could include
That's
text
a no.
messages
Oh, so that's
discussing the report or emails.
I got
What
one.
is it, Nordic?
No, I know.
The legacy committee is a branch of the city, this request includes them as well. I need a list of email addresses for all the committee members. Data request usually need to be completed in 10 days' time, so I appreciate the promptness. So I did respond to all of our
And
emails.
I don't know if I can, but I can speak on behalf of Brianna. The reason why Brianna has requested that is because she did call Nordic and they would not release any information because it is at the city hired them. And they said that it's a business. So Brianna cannot get that from Nordic, so she is requesting the city to return it to, that's only the Nordic. It's nothing to do with the legacy. If you guys have
It's only in regard to the mold issue.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, that wasn't very clear in the email, so that's why I asked.
That's the way I understood it, but I mean,
Deb, do we need to approve these minutes?
Oh, yeah.
We should do that. I didn't have the minutes until today, so it wasn't on the agenda, but I would ask for a motion to approve the minutes from our June 24th meeting, and this would be the legacy fund members who need to approve the minutes. And our next regular meeting is September 16th, so this was an emergency.
I make a motion.
Okay.
I'll second.
All those in favor, say
I,
Wait, they're through already?
aye. Yeah, motion carried.
Holy,
Okay.
we're still on the old one.
Oh, that makes more sense.
Okay, thank you very much.
yeah, thank you.
Now on to rodeo meeting.
Sorry, I didn't know you were.
No, that's okay.
Back.
Motion to adjourn.